Hello everyone, I'm Richard Gon of Back to the podcast version. This time, I'd like to talk about that, handjob is just a movement, which means, I enjoyed the porn videos of handjob last night, and they were good, and the contents are like some mature ladies and older ladies. Some mature ladies and older ladies were playing slave boys with adroit handjob skills, which is basic contents of those porn movies I was watching and enjoying. So lightweight, but however, handjob is just a handjob, which means what to do. What makes those boys and men aroused is just a friction force and pressure force, which means in the case of handjob, friction force is given by by the movement of hand, and in which case the hand moves from the top of the head of the penis to the bottom of the penis, and the hand repeats going for and coming back between the bottom of the penis and the top or the head of the top of the penis. I'm sorry. Let me tell you again. So when doing handjob, in terms of giving friction force to the penis, women move their own hands between the bottom of the penis and the glans or the head of the penis by moving their hands between the bottom and the top. Friction force is given to their penises, and which is how men are aroused by handjob. And another manner is pressure force, which means it's possible that women grab the boys or grab the men in their penises, and when she grabs a penis, she gives a gripping force into the penises, which means physically speaking or dynamically speaking, pressures are given perpendicular to the central axis of penis. Maybe you can imagine the center line or the central axis lancing from the top to the bottom of the penis. From there is a please assume, or please imagine, or please assume that each penis is a cylinder, and the cylinder and the bottom side or the bottom face of the penis is attached to the human abdomen or human torso. So when giving pressure force by the fingers of women, or by the palms of women, they make a grip, or they grab, or they hold the penis with her or with their hands, and when they give stronger grips to their penises, pressures are added, or pressures are loaded to their penises, and the directions of those pressures are heading for the center line of penises, or the center line of a penis. Maybe I'm sorry for my bad explanation, I'm sorry for my bad pronunciation, but maybe you could understand such physical images or physical pictures of pressure force and friction force given by handjobs. So maybe of course rubbing only the glands is possible. So that is a type of friction force, for example, and another exemption, another exemption is uriginal sounding, but that is a kind of pressure force and friction force, So which means, what I'd like to say is that you may think that, original sounding might be an exemption, but original sounding is not an exception, but that is another case of pressure force and friction force. So maybe in the case of original sounding, pressure is added to from the inside to the outside. The directions are opposite to the pressure force I have just explained minutes before. So anyway, the system of the hand job, or how hand job arouses men is what I explained. Like, it's fine to add friction force and pressure force to penises when doing hand job, which is a simple manner of explanation of how to arouse men with hand job. And from now, I'd like to explain the details about how to make the variations of hand job porn videos. As you can imagine, if there is no variation in hand job, that is boring, because you can imagine you can understand by imagining that if there is a YouTube channel and in which there is only one movie, so if that movie if that video is really interesting or really funny, that is alright, because that movie that video is interesting. But actually, if there is a YouTube channel having only one video, such channel can't get subscribers. I don't think such channel can't get many subscribers, because unless that channel is really famous, YouTube channels having just one video is not so interesting, or not. That YouTube channels having just one video is not so funny, because there's no variations. Maybe viewers want more videos which are different to each other, and like which you can understand that variations are necessary even when enjoying porn videos. So to create some ramifications or some variations in for example in hands of porn videos, you need to change some points in the porn videos dealing with handjob. For example, I was watching handjob porn videos last night, but in that case, the porn actors was the same, but her clothes were different between those porn videos. So like which, one way is to change the costume or the clothes of the casts. So, and of course, another point to change is the places to capture porn videos. So I think you can understand, because when capturing porn videos, you capture not only the casts or the porn actresses and porn actors, but you capture the inside of the room, for example, or the scene where you have sexual intercourses. Like, for example, some porn movies are captured outside, and for example in the forest, and forest is popular. Capturing sexual intercourses in forests is popular. So in which case, I don't think it's necessary to say, but you know, when you create, when you capture the sexual intercourses in forest, you not only capture the cast, but also, for example, trees and soils in the forest, which is why, you know, you if which is why, you know, if you'd like to create some variations of handjob phone videos, for example, you can change the places to take those videos, and still another is, if possible, you know, you can change casts themselves, like which, you know, there are some points to create variations or ramifications. So if you'd like to start creating porn videos, you should think about such a thing, like, you know, how to create variations. You know, of course you can deal with you can make variations by creating not only handjob videos, but also blowjob videos and footjob videos. Of course, you can, if possible, you can create the porn movies of tight jobs. But, you know, so but maybe you can understand that, you know, by changing those sexual plays, you know, the plays the number of those sexual plays are not so the number of the sexual plays it's not that huge. So which is why, you know, I recommend you changing the, you know, points, like, you know, the places to take porn videos and the costumes of porn actors and porn actresses, and another point to make the difference or make the variations is to add stories to those porn videos you'd like to create. Like, you know, so anything is fine. Like, you know, for example, teacher tortures boys, or so MILF teases young men. Such, you know, like adding such stories, you can create variations in porn videos. So, like which, you know, handjob is just a handjob, which is just giving some physical force to penises to make men aroused. Like which, you know, so which is why, you know, you should create variations. Which is what I'd like to tell you. So to create variations, you should pick up some points along which or on which you can create some variations in porn videos. That's it. Thank you very much for your listening. See you.